Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. Moments away, it'll be the Las Vegas Aces going up against the Minnesota Lynx. From the city of Lakes, Minnesota, I'm Blake Suniga, courtside with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz. We're ready to call the action tonight. And don't forget this game tonight. It's one of 10 games for this team that's part of the Commissioner's Cup standings.
It also counts towards the regular season, so this contest really shows up in the standings twice. An interesting wrinkle to this one.
Here we go. And it's the Aces to start out. Gray outside. Wilson over Smith. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Pass to Heidemann. Here's Queen. Covered by Lloyd. Queen misses. Now the Aces with it. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Shepard with it. Now Queen, covered by Lloyd. Pass to Smith. Now Queen. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
They're on the board first.
Trying to set the tone here early.
And that is so key in a basketball game.
Gray outside. To the wing on the left. Shoots the three. And Asia Wilson, good for 3.
A momentum builder for sure. Look how quick Wilson makes decisions with the ball.
Now Heidemann. Pass to Shepard. And here's Carrington. Guarded by Young. Now here's Smith. Shoots over Wilson. Smith, no good.
Credit the D there. Got in her face, got her hands up, made sure she was not comfortable on the release.
Yeah, stayed very tight on her. Didn't allow her the space she needed to get a good shot off. I just love that effort.
Wilson, no good.
Yeah, the fadeaway allowed her to get the ball over the defender, but unfortunately, just employing the fadeaway doesn't give you a touch on your shot.
Now here's Carrington. Good. First shot, first basket.
Well, the inside defense tries to put the clamps on Carrington, but she makes a clever move and gets through.
The 2024 Most Improved Player was none other than San Diego native Dejanay Carrington.
She's always been an excellent defender. Offensively, though, Carrington took a major step forward, scoring about 13 points per game. Few players better than Wilson inside, has a rare combo of touch and length, plus the desire to beat you.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Shepard. And here's Queen. From downtown, it's rebounded by Young. Here's Gray. Now here is Lloyd. Here's the three. Offensive rebound. Smith, no good.
If she can get to the rim, she'll usually turn it into points, but the defense stood tall there.
Pass to Heidemann. Shepard. Now here is Queen. Gray defending. Queen. Offline with the three.
It's been a bit of a struggle for her this quarter in terms of scoring the ball.
Back to Wilson. The baseline J. It's hauled in by the Lynx.
Not sure what the D was doing there. She's not the player to give open looks to, but they got away with it that time.
Here's Heidemann. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Shepard the screen. Here's Queen. Drops in the tray.
What a perfect release that time. I thought it might get blocked, but nope.
Yeah, she was giving up a lot of size in that matchup. Excellent ability to get off the long-range shot.
And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Wilson. Oh, and it's blocked by Alana Smith.
Stay away from Smith, an excellent shot blocker.
And already this Minnesota crowd is fired up. There's some serious buzz in the building tonight.
Well, the bottom line is these teams love to go at each other, the fans. Also super hyped up. It is a matchup that gets everyone going.
And for the Aces, this is the first of 4 games they'll play this season against Minnesota.
Now here's Gray. Outside Young. The Aces with another miss. The Lynx with the lead. Pass to Queen. Tries it from the top of the key. That shot, no good.
Okay, look. I know she isn't having the best of games from the floor, but it hasn't seemed to hurt them.
Outside Young. Back to Gray. From outside the arc. Here's Wilson. And terrific work on the offensive glass as she picks up 2.
Gotta appreciate the hustle. Wilson doing whatever she can to keep possessions alive.
This one for 3. And the Lynx miss again.
Those have been some terrible shot choices, Blake. That was not good at all.
Gray outside. To the middle. Oh, and it's blocked by Alana Smith. Inside. Smith. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Nice move by Nalissa Smith inside, getting herself the high percentage look.
And here's Heidemann. Looking for her first basket still in this one. Screen by Smith. Carrington up top. Guarded by Young. Queen misses.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
When it comes to winning, few do it better than this Lynx franchise.
Yeah, I mean, look, from 2011, one losing season in Minnesota, come on. It feels like they're always a contender. And a lot of that comes down to coaching. This team is always prepared.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Shepard. And here's Queen. From past the arc, she scores for only the 3rd time tonight. Now 3 for 10 and trying to climb out of that hole. Now here's Gray. Wilson outside. Lloyd takes the 3. That's good. And so Asia Wilson with the assist.
And Lloyd is a proficient three-point shooter, which is probably why she takes these in bunches.
Pass to Shepard. Here's Queen. The tray drains it from beyond the arc.
Just on fire from beyond the arc.
Seems like just about all of her points are coming from deep.
And it's the Aces with the ball. Young with it. Wilson outside. Gray outside. Down low. Young shot's good.
Keeping Young out of the paint has to be a focus for this defense. She is so effective near the rim.
The Lynx trailing. Now Queen. 12 points for her. They now take the lead.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Now here's Lloyd. Three-pointer. Shepard pulls it in.
Well, you have to like the look in the boards here in the first.
Yeah, coming out of the gates with great energy. Kind of like they got shot out of a cannon. They're really setting the tone.
Boom.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Williams. Evans covering. Right outside. Pass to Queen. The three-pointer off the mark. Now here's Young. Here's Smith, covered by Smith, and the foul called on Smith. That's her first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Gray. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Just 5 to shoot. Parker Tyus. That's no good. Misses her first shot of the night. 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Williams. Pass to Carlton. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go for her. Gray outside. She got it up in time, but it just wouldn't fall for her. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. The Lynx on top, up by 1. And we'll be back with you shortly. A closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Lynx, what's your take so far?
Scoring has come in threes for the most part so far.
Yeah, and every time down the floor, it seems like they're hitting a triple.
Now here's Carlton.
Back to Williams. Second shot opportunity. Misses the layup. The Aces trailing. Pass to Evans. Gustafson. Gray outside. Launches it. And so it looks like the Aces will retain possession here.
In 2021, the Aces signed free agent Chelsea Gray, and that was a monster move in league history.
For sure. I mean, she was a part of back-to-back championships with Las Vegas, and Gray was actually the 2022 Finals MVP. If the Aces didn't sign her, you wonder if they're still looking for a title.
6 on the shot clock, and that puts them in the lead.
Don't be fooled by Evans' 5'6" height. Dana can more than hold her own around the hoop.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Carlton. Back to Williams. The three. And again, no good by Minnesota. Here's Parker Tyus. Back to Evans. Oop, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Williams with it. Parker Tyus picks her up defensively.
Next foul. Number 77. First personal foul. Substitution on the court.
The Aces with the lead. Timeout called. The Aces. Tonight's game is part of the Commissioner's Cup. So, guys, what's the biggest motivation for these players in the Cup?
What about the final game grand prize money? Every player in the championship game, whether you win or you lose, gets a bonus. But the winning players are going to get a little bit more. So I would say that's great incentive for them.
To the inside. That's tipped. Pass to Gustafson. Comes out of the gate empty. Minnesota trailing. Harrington attacking. Here's Queen. Good on the triple.
It must be nice for them to know that game in and game out, her offense will be there for them.
Now Bell. Back to Gray. Let's go with a three. The shot comes out. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And here's Queen. 18 points for her. Jacks up a three. Offensive rebound. She gets it in there.
Where was the box out? Some easy second chance points.
Those kinds of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Here's Bell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Screen by Gustafson. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Bell. Back to Lloyd for three. That one drops for her second bucket. Marker 2 for 4.
Well, with an accurate and smooth three-point shot, you have to take Lloyd very seriously beyond the arc.
Such a wide-open look.
Coach has to be furious. Obviously, a defensive lapse there. She is automatic from deep. If you leave her wide open, big mistake.
Now here's Gray. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Sometimes it looks like Lloyd can do anything she wants out there. She is such a tough cover.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Carrington. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
Monumental move in the WNBA. Jewel Lloyd joining the Aces.
Well, Las Vegas moving Kelsey Plum to L.A. in a 3-team deal, netting Lloyd. What a huge move for an organization that isn't scared to swing for the fences. I love going after a star like Jewel Lloyd.
And she makes the first. And she makes both free throws. Las Vegas trailing. Parker Tyus outside. Lloyd. Pass to Gray. Back to Lloyd. Minnesota grabs the miss.
She's a very strong finisher, guys. I'm surprised that she wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Here's Harrington. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Rebound by Parker Tyus. To the paint. The steal. Pass to Shepard. Harrington. And here's Queen. There's the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Once again, the defense allowing her to get clean looks at three-pointers. I don't know why. I mean, she continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Now here's Gray. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Young. Back to Parker Tyus. Harrington outside. And she drops in the layup off glass.
Look at Carrington using her agility inside and using it to get to a point-blank shot.
Gray outside. Parker ties the screen. Looking to end the run. Young shot's good.
When she gets it in her head that she's going to score, it's very hard for the defense to do anything about it.
Shepard the screen. Pass to Queen for three. Another three for Minnesota.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the three-pointers they're allowing.
I don't know. I mean, there might be more defense in warm-ups. They need to close down on these threes.
Now here's Gray. Now here's Young. Five on the clock. Back to Gray. There's the triple. That's in, coming off an assist from Jackie Young.
Making a statement. Gray saw that three go in on one end, had to answer on the other. Just so competitive.
Now here's Shepard. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Pass to Heidemann. Launches a three. Las Vegas grabs the miss. Here's Lloyd. Now Gray, covered by Carrington. Down low, Parker Tyus. Nice pass, led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Yeah, what a clever play by Jewel Lloyd, breaking up the defense and creating for another shooter.
The Lynx with the lead. Now Heidemann. On the wing, Dejanay Carrington. And a miss there on the triple.
The defender draped all over her. She just couldn't shake loose.
Well, it's a bit odd seeing Jewel Lloyd out there not in a Storm uniform, you know?
Yeah, from going first overall in 2015 to 6 All-Star appearances, 2 titles. Lloyd spent her first 10 seasons with the Storm, and no doubt she's still got plenty of fans in Seattle.
Now here is Queen. 24 points for her. Here's Shepard, and she lays it straight in.
When you pair Shepard's length with her effort level, you end up with offensive rebounds like that.
Now a timeout called by Las Vegas. Now here's Young. She has 6. Wilson outside. And stolen by Shepard. Smith with it. Smith is there. Yep, that one goes.
She has shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves.
Evans with it. Pass to Wilson. Back to Evans. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 14 feet out. It's stolen by Queen. And here's Shepard. She's guarded by Wilson. And Asia Wilson with the block. Inside. Shot's good by Smith.
That's the type of lead pass we've really come to expect from her.
So the Lynx now. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Shepard. Now Heidemann. 6 to shoot. Now here's Smith. Covered by Smith. She gets that one.
An intimidating interior presence. Smith uses her toughness to get her way down low.
Las Vegas trailing.
If they're smart, they can hold him to the last shot.
I mean, that's got to be what they're aiming for here, right?
Let's hope.
Here's Lloyd. She's got 8. Screen by Smith. And here's Lloyd. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. That'll do it for the first half. Lynx ahead, up by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the Phantom half-court shot drum roll. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
And the second half about to start in just a few moments. Queen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, the threes have been falling for her at an incredible rate. That first half, absolutely ridiculous.
And here in the second, she's got to just keep taking them and keep making them. There is no reason for her to stop.
And here are the Lynx now. They've got a 9-point lead. And she finishes nicely on the layup.
They continue to get it inside. The defense struggling to just contain them.
And look, when you make 5 in a row from in tight like they have, it also just takes pressure off of your perimeter guys.
Great point.
Wilson, good. And it's Chelsea Gray who picks up the assist.
Well, an extension of the coach on the floor. Gray's outstanding court vision makes her a true point guard.
Off target with the 3.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
Now here's Wilson, and she comes up with the deuce.
Coaches love a solid shooter like Wilson, a player you can rely on to get production from.
Back-to-back titles in 2022 and 23. Aces have been the franchise in this league.
They've been to the semifinals in each of the last 6 playoffs. And, guys, there is a clear expectation in Sin City. Win it all. It's a one-man show out there, guys. Looks like she's willing to handle all the offensive duties for them.
To the middle. Out to Lloyd. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer.
As a defense, you can't let that happen. You know, let Lloyd step into a jumper. Too deadly to allow the catch and shoot.
Now here's Shepard. Pass to Queen. Down low. Smith. And it's blocked by Asia Wilson. Outside Young. Gray. Outside Lloyd. Fires the three. Shepard pulls it in.
They're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
To the right side. Queen, shot is good.
Knows how to move the ball around the floor. Shepard is pretty good at finding her targets.
And it's the Aces with the ball. 9-point game. Pass to Wilson. Lloyd. Queen covering. Outside Young. And out of bounds, the Lynx will take it. Here's what the Las Vegas Aces have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they head back home to host the Seattle Storm. And then Sunday, and coming into town will be the Indiana Fever.
And you know, for that matchup with the Sun, that's going to be one where it takes a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over them.
Yeah, it could get ugly, but when the game tips off, who knows what will happen.
Now here's Smith. Out to the left wing. Lets the three fly. Queen misses. Now Gray. There's Jewel Lloyd with the three. Offensive board. Jackie Young from outside. Here's Wilson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Heidemann. Harrington outside. Smith. Pass to Shepard. Here's Queen. Bangs home the trifecta.
He has been unconscious this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And it's the Aces with the ball. Down by 12. Here's Wilson. Covered by Smith. Out to Lloyd. And it's Queen with the foul. That is her first foul of the game. And you look at the growth of the WNBA. Incredible numbers all over the board the last few years.
Recently, the league saw highs in viewership and attendance. The WNBA was the fastest growing league brand as well.
It feels like there's been a tipping point reached. I mean, the WNBA has a lot of momentum at the moment, and they've done their best to take advantage of it.
Shepard the screen. Queen misses.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The D got lucky.
Pass to Lloyd. Shot to end the cold run. Here's Wilson. Sinks that one from the post.
You know, she shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And here are the Lynx now. Here's Heidemann. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Queen. And she hits the jump shot.
You have to be disciplined on defense. Biting on every pump fake just isn't going to get it done. Trust me, I learned the hard way.
Now here's Gray. Pass to Young. Baseline try. 2 points. That one goes in.
I love that shot from Young. Make defenders worry about the entire floor, not just the paint and the threes. Make them guard you in the mid-range.
Here's Queen. She's got 36 points. Shepard the screen. Now here is Queen. Wilson pulls it down.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Well, they're hustling, that's for sure, but unfortunately the execution just hasn't been there.
Got to take care of the ball and shoot it better.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Young, covered by Carrington. And the Lynx pushing it up now. Pass to Heidemann. And here's Williams. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Chelsea Gray grabs the miss.
You know, sometimes just because you can make it from way out there. It doesn't mean you should try.
Kind of hypocritical coming from you, Tim. I mean, it wasn't that far out. Anyways, she could work for a better shot than that.
Now here's Wilson. 13 points in this game.
Strong work defensively in the low post. You got to be tough down there in the paint.
And she was, mainly because she doesn't want to give up any easy buckets. I mean, she will fight you tooth and nail.
Harrington. And again, no good by Minnesota.
Hey, when you think about the best rebounders in the game, Alyssa Smith has to be in the conversation.
Well, statistically, she's been a top rebounder in the league. Smith is 6'4", does a nice job boxing out, getting physical in the paint.
Now here's Gray. Fires from deep, drills it from outside.
A big-time offensive talent who can score points from all over the floor. Gray can punish defenses from deep.
Time called here. The Lynx decide to talk it over. Pass to Williams. Screen by Smith. Tries to snap the cold streak. Williams can't get it to go. The Aces trailing. Gray outside. Hits the jumper in space.
Making the simple play when nothing extra is needed. Gray is focused on her fundamentals.
Williams inside. Gray defending. McBride misses. Here's Las Vegas. Pass to Bell. Now here's Parker Tyus. To the paint. Off with the layup. Outside Williams. On the wing, Kayla McBride. The three is up. Rebound by Parker Tyus. Asia Wilson goes in. Pass to Bell. From beyond the arc. That's good. And so Asia Wilson with the assist.
They needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been terrific, too, during this crucial stretch.
Absolutely, Brian. You need both sides of the ball to get back in this game.
And here are the Aces now. 2-point game. It's stolen by McBride. Outside Williams. Pass to McBride. And she uses the glass on the layup.
The catalyst of the team, McBride is dependent on for buckets. And I'll tell you, she usually delivers.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Evans. Up top, Wilson. Minnesota grabs the miss. Pass to Williams. Shoots over Parker Tyus. And Williams gets it to go.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it did not work. Not if it results in that shot.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Lynx on top. They lead by 6. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Evans with it. Outside Lloyd. Pass to Young. The 3. Bad shot. She's missed 3 and made 4 of her 7 attempts. And here's Queen. And the 3 off target. Now here's Young. Defense right on her. Now Gustafson. On the wing, Jewel Lloyd. 6 on the shot clock.
The defense has to be real thrilled to see her keep shooting those threes. She has been brutal this half.
Here's Queen. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
She is absolutely killing it from outside.
Outside Lloyd. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
With that 3, her second of the half, she's equaled her total from before the break.
The Lynx with the lead. Here's Queen. Final quarter play, about a minute and a half off the clock in it. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good. Inside. Here's Parker-Tyus. And it's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
Well, in 2023, Cheyenne Parker-Tyus was named to her first All-Star game at age 30.
Pretty incredible, doing it in year 9 of her career with the Dream. Parker-Tyus easily setting a new career high at 15 points per game. Such a great lesson in continuing to work on your game, and great things can happen.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Outside Williams. Pass to McBride. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, they're winning despite her errant shooting.
Now here is Lloyd. Over Queen. The Aces with another miss. Back to Williams. Shoots over Parker-Tyus. The second chance effort. Uses the glass that time, and it's good.
Coach has always told me that if you battle for offensive rebounds, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like she got there.
Well-timed pass and goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
Queen with the ball. Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
Yeah, I think the coach is watching a lot of shots they normally make rimming out, and it has to be frustrating. Maybe see if they could create some scoring opportunities at the free throw line.
That may be the answer for them, but you know, ultimately, I expect them to shoot their way out of this slump.
Both teams will make substitutions. Right outside. To the inside. Shepard. That falls. Great assist by Kayla McBride.
With the perfect physical frame for interior scoring, Shepard can sure do some damage down low.
Around 3 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. And here's Evans. Pass to Young. From deep. And Queen pulls it down.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Now here's Shepard. Queen guarded by Young. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. She's off on that one.
Yeah, she's got a great stroke. I mean, that one almost dropped.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot of times that she'll hit those shots no matter how tight the D is.
Parker Tyus up top. Buries the 20-footer.
She had her head on a swivel and was able to still pick up the pass and get the assist.
Pass to Shepard. Queen. Right outside. Now Shepard. Here's the pick. Clock at 4. From deep.
Rebound Cheyenne Parker Tyus.
Las Vegas trailing. Here's Young. Out to Lloyd. The 3 ball. Doesn't go that time. Pass to Queen. Puts up a 3. Alyssa Smith grabs the miss. Now here's Evans. Here's Lloyd. Fires for 3. They grab their own miss. Great positioning on the putback.
I wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
That's a good question. It's been their edge, no doubt. And in a close game like this, you just look for every edge you can find.
Now here's Williams. Yes, it's good.
Good pass work. The assist was right on target.
Young with it. Outside Evans. Young. She's guarded by Williams. Pass to Parker Tyus. That's in, coming off an assist from Jackie Young.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Now here is Queen. Williams can't get it to go. On the wing, Dana Evans. Outside Young. Lloyd. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Inside. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
More of a scoring guard than a point guard. Williams is still a good passer. Nice to see her share the wealth.
And here's Young. Pass to Evans. Back to Young. Parker Tyus. Now Young. Some solid defense from Kayla McBride. Here's Queen. From the arc. Gets it to go from downtown.
She is putting on a clinic out there. Really the centerpiece of their offense.
Now a timeout called by Las Vegas. Queen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Simply, she is on fire from beyond the arc. It's time to start shaping the game plan around stopping her.
Fires the three. Here's Wilson. Oh, and it's blocked by Alana Smith. And another shot. And so she earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and she'll shoot two. And it's going to go on Alana Smith.
At the line for the away team, Asia Wilson. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Second free throw, no good. And they can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Give themselves a little bit of a break.
And here's Heidemann. 5 to shoot. Lets it go. The rebound by Asia Wilson. Pass to Lloyd. Gray outside. Screen by Smith. The three. Rebound by the Lynx. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Shepard the screen. Now Queen. Covered by Lloyd. Here's Queen. And it's Minnesota scoring again.
Textbook. Nice pass. Nice catch. Nice shot.
Pass to Wilson.
Alana Smith with a defensive effort.
The Lynx with the lead. Here's Queen. Sinks the triple.
It's been a humongous fourth quarter for her, especially from long range. She's in a groove. That tray has been deadly.
Now here is Lloyd. The three ball. Another shot. Shot's good by Smith.
Possesses the size to have a presence inside. Smith continuing to work on that technique, and she is getting better with each season.
Queen with the ball. Pass to Heidemann. And here's Queen. And the Lynx, another three.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
They are just not backing off, and they're going to close this one out in style. What a surge.
Give them credit just to finish this one off.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Shepard. And here's Queen. Guarded by Young. 5 on the clock. Shepard the screen. The rebound by Asia Wilson. So we see the Lynx taking the W here. And some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
You got to defend your home floor, and they really seem to revel in confidence. This is what they came out to do here.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone.